Hey guys, J-Man here, back again to talk some Legion. So Legion of Superheroes, we are continuing our chronicling of every appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. So today we're doing 3 books. We're going to go a little bit quicker just to get through this. We're doing Superboy 89, which is the first Mon-El. We're doing Adventure Comics 290 and 293. So those won't be too long. The big one is Mon-El. So technically, this isn't a Legion story, but Mon-El is considered to be well, for me, one of my favorite Legionnaires anyways, and I think everyone likes Mon-El, so we're definitely counting this as a Legion appearance, so we're going to do that super duper quick just to get everybody up to speed. Tomorrow, I'll probably be going live at a random time to read some Superboy comics, so I'll do that tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'm going to be on the Comic Vet, so Chris's channel, the Comic Vet. I'm going to be showing everything I got on Wednesday. And then same time Wednesday, after that stream, I'm going to be doing the wrestling stream with Steven. And then this Thursday is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, May the 25th, the real Star Wars day. So Sean's definitely going to be joining me. I think Steve's coming on as well. We're just going to talk about Return of the Jedi, which we all loved. We all saw as kids in the theater, so that's going to be exciting. All right, let's get going here. Bring in our first panelist. Hey, Sean.
What's up?
Hey. All right. So let's bring. I don't have the full intro yet. Maybe Clobberin, you should send me one of your Clobberin times thingies. But I'm going to give you the Army of Darkness salute.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I love that movie so much. I'd almost like to keep it that one, but I can send you the Clobberin time. but, if you'd like.
Sure, I've got my Army of Darkness statues now in the back here. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty large.
Oh.
It's like it's quite. It's pretty large.
So?
Steve bought that one for. I'll make myself full screen.
Oh, cool, Steve. I said, oh yes. Oh man, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I've got 2 I just realized I have 2 chainsaw posters. I've got the Army of Darkness poster off screen here with the chainsaw hand, and I've got my buddy Leatherface with his chainsaw. So
groovy.
They get groovy. All right, guys. Let's say hello quickly. We have FKHC 2005. You were first. Thank you so much. Phantom Outsider's already here. He's a big Mon-El fan because when I saw that piece of trash Legion of Superheroes DC animated thing, Steve just popped in. Hey, Steve. When I saw that and I saw how they ruined Mon-El, I was so upset. And Phantom Outsider actually contacted me and said, yeah, Mon-El's are great. Because I didn't know that maybe Mon-El turned into a villain, maybe in a story that I hadn't read or something. Yeah. And he's like, no, he's a great hero. So thanks for that.
Like every superhero, they have those stories where like something will make him go mad or whatever.
Right.
Like the lead poisoning him, he's dealt with issues where it would make him go on the brink sometimes, but that's why he's such a great hero, because he still fought it after all those horrible thousands of years in the Phantom Zone.
Hey, James. This is my buddy James, who was the artist. I had a comic book for a while, and I still have it. If anybody wants it, I can just send it to them. It was about a kid who finds this meteor, touches it, and becomes this big, huge guy. But he loses his powers if he goes away from the meteor. So he literally chains it to himself and walks around with this giant boulder all the time next to him. He can only get like a certain distance from it before he turns to normal. So he drags it around, and James was the artist on that comic. And James also created.
Nice. I like it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we called it Boulder. So I just said like he became Boulder because
B-O-L. The U out. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I called it Boulder, but then he also has a boulder. Right?
Yeah,
devilishly clever. All right. You want to get into it?
Yeah, go for it, friends.
Let's do it.
There's Kal-El's in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, I haven't seen. Oh, sometimes StreamYards is behind. Well, you know this, Clobby. It's like StreamYards gets behind, so I can't tell. I
can see him right there on the StreamYard thingy. But yes, apparently, as you know, Fanty's a big Legion guy as well. So, and I guess, well, we lost all the Legion people here are probably Legion fans. So.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. And James has reminded me also. His character's name was Captain Condom. And he
what how he got his powers?
And his character was really funny too. And we put them both together. We had them team up and stuff too. All right. So this site doesn't have the cover for some reason. I don't know why it didn't have the cover. I guess we can show the cover. Let me go to Google.
It's on the other one.
Why am I on
It's a Jack in a Box cover.
Superboy
A
89?
proud owner of this issue, by the way. I have it in nice shape. I didn't slab it, but
There it is.
Wow.
So this actually happens in the comic in pretty much the way they're showing it. Shocking.
Yeah.
It actually happens like the normal way.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so Superboy, we'll go through these a bit quicker today because there's a big stream for Clobberin Times tonight for the mark for the I guess are you still doing is it still a comic? I guess it's still a comic.
Monday night Mark Street Comic Time. We're going to talk a couple of old comic shop owners, just talking about comics and other geekness as well. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about some of our stories about owning comic shops and stuff.
That's going to be to hear. I want to hear some
Gary Beekler
stories. Yes, with Nerdrotic will be on there. So,
Yes,
okay. The Adventure of Superboy when he was a boy. So, this is awesome. They're playing like baseball with like giant meteors and.
Finally got a big brother.
Yeah, this was a good story. I really like this one a lot. I thought it was really nice. Gosh, Superboy, you broke my bat with your fastball. It's like, sorry, Mon-El. I'll ease up a bit. So, golly, it's great to have a big brother. So this is a lot of fun. And Mon-El, as we can see, has the reverse.
I love it.
Color scheme.
I've always loved that. Yeah.
Yep.
I do like that, and I did post a poll, so guys, go on that and vote. We already have 6 votes. 50% say Mon-El's one of the best. I also put an option for really cool, just a copy of Superboy, which does have 33%, and not my bag.
Incorrect.
It's
fine for him not to be anyone's bag, but it's not a copy of Superboy in any way.
No. And they are playing with boulders. That is a weird coincidence. Thanks.
Hey, whoa. How about
that? Okay. So basically, we'll go through this real quick just to get us to the meat of it. A rocket ship comes down, gasp. There's my favorite. Drink every time the word gasp shows up. Sean, is this one in your? I see you're looking down. Is this one in your? This one's in your collection.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's in my collection. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, this is so cool. I almost wish they didn't give it away on the cover, but I mean, I guess they had to, right? But as soon as he opens up, you're like, holy shit, it's like a Superboy guy. Like, it's like, you could see it's like it's a reverse Superboy. You're like, this is so cool.
In his costume already. So, yeah.
Yes. Thank God for comics where you just get the costume right away.
Yeah, we don't need to have 2 pages where he has to figure out the costume or something. Yeah.
Right.
It was just clothing.
Yeah. Okay. So Superboy's like, well, he's wearing a similar clothing to mine. It's reversed. Now he has this note here, and it's like a star chart or whatever. And he translates it. So I love to look at this. He's like, whoa.
My father.
My father
wrote this.
Yes. So he says, yeah, okay. He goes, is it possible that Jor-El had another son older than me? So Superboy here thinks that, okay, this is, my long lost brother or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, now Mon-El has lost his memory. Now this is, a typical trope, right? Like, he doesn't have his memory. So, Superboy's trying to look for some sort of proof. Hey, Claude, thank you so much for joining in the chat. So there's a medallion around his neck made of Kryptonese metal, and it's inscribed with all our love and good wishes, Jor-El and Lara. So he's my mother and father gave him that keepsake. It's like, okay, so something, this maybe is my brother.
It's a heck of a conclusion to reach, but sure.
Yeah, Superboy. Look,
there's still a lot of conclusions here. It's like,
yeah,
he needs to jump to a conclusion, Matt. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, take a step back, Superboy. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
he does jump to a lot of. That's one of the Superboy things. Like it's just the writers. They always have it like, oh, like maybe it's this. It's like,
right.
Okay.
Well, Yeah, this comic, by the way, I forgot to mention, written by Robert Bernstein, who wrote a lot of comics in the 50s and even wrote a lot of the Filmation cartoons of the Superman and Superboy, and with pencil and ink work by George Papp. Edited by, of course, as always, the irascible Mort Weisinger. Sorry.
Awesome. Actually, no, you know what, Clobberin? I wanted you to take over this one because I know Mon-El's your guy and you have this issue. So I thought maybe if you want, I'm going to put you in the hot seat up here. I can move the mouse for you, and I was going to put you on the top and let you go through this one because I know Mon-El's one of your guys, and I thought I forgot. I wanted to let you go from the start. I just kind of got caught up in the.
No, I'd let you. No, you please. You guys were doing it perfectly. I mean, we all know the comic, so it's basically he knew Jor-El, but he lost his memory. Now, I reread this a couple of weeks ago. I didn't get to reread this today because I was rereading the other ones. So I'll take your lead on it.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem.
Garbage.
Yeah, okay. So I'll swap.
In fact, you're helping me remember stuff with it.
Okay.
But yes, he is. But we all know he's Mon-El because of the day he landed.
Yes, and they do actually name him here, so it's pretty neat. Okay, so we get a little bit of a backstory. His name was Jor-El, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we kind of know all this, right? Save our baby. And then, boom, there goes the rocket. Our son is now safely on his way to planet Earth. Yes, Jor-El, in a moment, both of us will perish as our world blows up, but I have a comforting thought. So he's kind of trying to get his Mon-El's memory, right? Like, okay, does this sound familiar? Like, did they send you out, before me? That's sort of the conclusion that Superboy is thinking. He's like, maybe they gave him a rocket because he's older. So the way that I think this is explained is like the whole time, space, relativity, aging. It's always a little bit wonky in these comics, right? So it's like so Mon-El was like suspended in some, and so like this is Superboy theorizing that he was like suspended in animation or something. So it's like he didn't age or whatever.
Yes.
So he would have been. I don't know how old Superboy is supposed to be actually, which is weird because I am reading from number 1 and I'm on issue 6 or 7 now, but I don't think they ever say his age. Would we assume
speculate 16? Like maybe 12 to 13? Maybe starts out in those early issues like 12 or something or 13. Now at this point, I think he's close to like 14 to 15. I think
teenager, yeah,
ballpark.
Okay, yeah, because they don't really say their grade. Like he's in school and stuff, but they don't say the grade. So that's not even a trigger. 15, 16 is what Phantom is saying. I was thinking like 15.
15, yeah.
15 or so. So so and Mon-El would be older. So he would be like, I think like 18 is what they kind of something like that.
I'll always admire Krypton's ability to create ships for kids. It's like they could never create a ship for an adult. It's like Jor-El, Mon-El, Kara. It's like, were there any like adult pilots of these damn things? Like, Jesus. Anyway,
they wanted their kids to go.
Yeah. They didn't want adults to leave the planet as the only people. That's what you got to like back even as a kid. You got to try to explain it to yourself.
Yeah.
You go, I guess it was the reason they would never leave the planet, and that's why they could, with their technology. First of all, only one guy knows they're about to blow up, and then they can't even do anything about it. There's only like the one prototype ship. I don't understand why. So you have to explain when you're a kid. You think about that stuff. You go, obviously, when it was conceived of by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, it was just a different time,
right?
But then later you go, but
it's legendary and biblical, right? I mean, that you're sending your only son to protect another place,
right? Yeah. Just like you ask yourself why a millionaire and his wife and his child would walk down a dark alley, right? A movie theater.
Yeah,
it's a shortcut,
Where's their limo driver? Like whatever.
The limo driver, I mean,
doesn't he have like protection, like guards?
Yeah, Alfred's screwed up, man.
Anyway. I know it was the 30s, but
yeah, like come on, Bruce. Like that was a fit, or not Bruce, Thomas. Come on, Thomas. Tommy, you effed up.
Come on, Tom, dude, come
on. So here's the let's test your powers. So I tried this with Sean when he thought he had powers, but we put him in the fire and it just burned.
My ship's burning, as Fanty pointed out. The ship continues to burn, but he's going to be okay.
Don't worry about that.
Right.
So he stands and he's like, "Yeah, I'm good." It's like, well, you want to say maybe there's more clues inside the ship, but that's fine. But they do have something to do where at least in this comic it gets right into heroics, which is something that a lot of people just don't seem to understand. It's like, okay, there's like some ships going by. Okay, well, let's see if you have the same powers as I do. So the ship was sinking, and he's like, great guns. Ooh, and that's a new one for me.
Great guns.
Great guns. Yeah. It's like, okay, he's got all the powers I have. He can do anything I can do. It's like, yes, okay, so therefore you must be my brother. Now this is really neat. This was talked about before in some other issues too, where Superboy has like a tunnel. This is actually a brilliant idea. He has a tunnel that leads. I love the tunnel. Yeah, it goes into the basement.
That's cool. It's like a back cave.
Yeah. It's got a little Superboy cave going on.
He can come and go without anyone
suspecting that he's from the Clint house. Yeah.
So now he's showing his room, and he's showing him his room. And guys, sorry if we're going through these because there's 3 to do. So we could spend a lot of time on this one because there's a lot going on in this one. But I actually found the other 2 were pretty good too. Like these 3 there's actually a lot of good stuff in these 3 issues. So
yeah. And will make this dovetails into one of them. So
it does. It does.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay, so he's kind of giving him the spiel here. Oh, here's some of my stuff. Okay, so I left Krypton when I was a baby. Oh, hey, Hungry, how's it going, man?
Hungry boy.
Hungry boy.
I think that Jor-El sent you into space first because you were his oldest son. Then, fearing your ship was defective. Well, that's pretty rude of Jor-El. Like, let me do a test on my older son.
Yeah, we don't like this son as much. Be the guinea pig.
It's like, yeah, that rocket sucked. Let me try this new.
I mean, our first kid's a jerk, so it's no big loss.
Okay, so there's Martha. And I like Martha. She's great. This is before they de-aged her.
Yes.
But she's going to be de-aged. I don't know, this is issue 89. I think it's coming. Well, no, it's not coming up yet. I think it's past 100. Where they de-aged. Yeah.
Yes, I think. Could be.
So Dad went to the store to unload a shipment, blah, 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 to meet a salesman. So he's like, okay, I'll run to the store and tell him myself. Meanwhile, you 2 get acquainted. So telling the dad. I like this owning the little convenience or grocery store or whatever you guys. That's cool.
Such a Superboy. I mean, I don't think they ever really mentioned it with Superman that much because he wasn't with them anymore. But
no.
Yeah. So.
I thought he was a farmer selling his stuff. No.
Yeah, he was a farmer, so I don't know.
Yeah. I thought he had to meet with someone to sell his I guess meats or like produce or something.
The salesman thing. It's really just an excuse to give Mon-El his identity, really. But hey, Quagnar's here. Thank you, Quagnar.
Hey, Quag.
Yeah. So he's unpacking the meat and all that.
Yeah.
I love when Superboy uses his powers for practical things. It's like, okay, the meat, we need to get it, keep it cold. So whoosh.
Yeah, we don't want to pay. We save money on electricity, son. If you're just gonna go in there with your super breath and just freeze that stuff in there for us.
Now I'm going to read this because this is super funny to me. Actually, I thought it was pretty funny. So, greetings, Kent. I'm Ed Locke, the best traveling salesman in the territory. I sell brushes, clothes brushes, toothbrushes, hair brushes, shoe brushes, and brushes.
What is a brush?
I thought that was really funny.
It's like really brushy brush.
Yeah, just regular.
But this is called back to later on, though.
It is.
Yep.
Bob Cobb.
So this is basically the trigger for Superboy to think, hey, he needs an identity. So they give him like this goofy. I guess this is what salesmen. They thought of salesmen back in the day. They got their bow ties and their check plaid or check or whatever suit.
Yeah, check.
They did go around selling stuff at door to door, like a lot of stuff back then. So yeah.
We just had who did we just have that was the door to door? Oh, 1407 Gray Malkin, I was on his channel last weekend or this weekend, and he was a vacuum cleaner salesman.
Wow.
Was he set?
He's like younger than us.
I think he was he saying that he
60,
was
70, 80?
no, he's younger than us, but I think that's what he unless
Wow.
I'm completely I could be completely
Wow.
but
That's I
Probably.
don't think anybody doing that anymore.
yeah. Okay, so here's the naming of Mon-El, which either coincidence.
Cobb.
Now I don't know if this and Claudia, maybe you can answer this. I mean, he just goes by Mon-El, but obviously this is just a name they just made up, and then he uses Mon-El forever. So when he gets his memory back, doesn't he think, well, I'm not going to use my name anymore, or how does that work? Because like it's a Monday, so in the comic world right now, today's a Monday, and Superman says my family is El, so we'll call him Mon-El. But once he learns his real identity, he still uses Mon-El, right?
Yes. Just because it sounds like a Kryptonian name, I guess. I've never really understood.
Yeah, I do like the name.
It was in honor of, of Jor-El, I guess, and Kal-El, and I mean, he kind of still feels like his brother in a sense. But you're right. I mean, he's Largand later.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah.
From Daxam.
But it's not really like a name from that time period or the people there. It's like they come up with this name, and it's a very like alien name. But he still goes by it, like in Smallville.
Right, as a superhero name, it is just sort of weird. It's just a Kryptonian name, so it's Larry Gand. Yeah. His real name is Larry Gand, but uses Mon-El. You actually I think it accidentally put Larry Gand in there for you, Fanty.
Autocorrected.
Unless he's joking around, but it's Largand. I wonder if there might be unless he did that to be funny. Yeah, but it would have been funny. That actually would have been. But again, that was like a lot of these characters. He didn't get that Daxamite name till later, I believe, because.
Right.
As far as I know.
Well, I'm okay with his heroic name being Mon-El, just to say, well, that's the name that was given to me, because a superhero name's given to somebody anyways, right? So why not? I mean, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but it's not like a superhero name like everybody else gets, like Superboy or Cosmic Boy or Lightning Boy / Lightning Lad or whatever. It's just he's got a Kryptonian name made up.
He's got a. Sure.
But it works. I don't know why, but it works. Yeah. Thor goes by his real name and everyone's fine.
It was a spell check error. Fans, I'm saying it's spell check.
Yeah, I
know. Okay, so now they're just saving stuff and like juggling cars and all this coolness.
Right.
So here's your first hint. Take note, guys. This is your first hint. Something's amiss. Crypto shows up and is not. It doesn't like Mon-El.
Yeah, that's right.
And Superboy's like, wait a minute. Crypto loves everything. It's like, what is going on here? So Crypto's just like, but Mon-El didn't really do anything bad. Like,
no.
Do dogs not like Daxamites or whatever? Is that
Crypto's smart. I mean, maybe they detect, I mean, he wasn't even being dishonest. He didn't know. It was his memory problem.
But the whole Krypton versus Daxam thing is just a Supergirl TV show thing, right?
Yes, that's garbage. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I hated that show already, but I kept watching it. And then when that season started, like for the beginning of the second season, and they brought him on, I said, okay, let's see what they do with him. And as soon as the words came out of somebody's stupid pie hole that Daxam and Krypton were at war. Now I don't know if they put that in other retcon comic crap, but I'm like, no, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
they probably did because Supergirl copied a lot of newer things that.
Oh yeah, some modern comics may have been the case, but I don't care.
It's probably very new. Yeah, because like I remember the first time I saw Mon-El, I noticed him was Fire in the Sky, which was a post-crisis story.
Yes,
but they didn't have anything about that, and like at that point. So, yeah.
Later, he had his own title called Valor, which I also hate that freaking name. But that's post Real Deal Legion.
That's post-crisis, yeah. I mean, I thought he looked cool in Supergirl. Like they picked her real boyfriend, so they had chemistry too. Like he looked cool. Like he had the proper. Like it was the first. I was like, oh, he had the proper colors and everything. I was like, okay.
He shouldn't be Supergirl's boyfriend, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a new thing because it's like Mon-El and Brainiac were the two that they're
right. Mon-El should be with Phantom Girl.
Yes, Fanta Girl. That's how it is on the
Team
bearded
Watu.
shirts. Bearded shirts did the couples. There's couples shirts you can get. I'm gonna get the Lana in the bee costume with Superboy. I think that's really funny.
Oh, cool.
I read that issue too. I liked it.
It's
Oh,
classic,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one. But anyways, yeah, that's like a modern thinking thing where Mon-El is the like the boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's a good point. Fanti said technically Corrupto left Krypton before Mon-El got there. As a test.
okay.
Yeah. That is a good point.
Yes. I'd love to have this new Superman movie start with all of these things, like someone like a ship leaving and then being like, oh, I hope that Daxamite guy is okay. And then they're like, and then Jor-El comes off like a communication. He's like, I just talked to Kara's parents or whatever. And it's like, and it seems like that first shuttle I sent with our dog is doing okay. Like literally set all this up that any of this can actually happen. That's not happening. I know Sean's already looking down and he's like, that's not happening. But I'm just saying.
Look, the thing is, and I always knew this anyways, but rereading a lot of this stuff, Silver Age was the best for Superman because there's so much great lore in there. Some might say it's cheesy, but it's really fun, And even Superboy here, like they did a lot with him. Like we talked about the tunnels. That's awesome, And later on we'll see the two different flashing lamps or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
And did you see the collection of super robots? He's got a robot for everybody.
Guys,
Oh my god, I love it.
But super robots were always a thing. Like I remember them in Superman comics, like in the early '80s. Yeah. Anyway,
they're so good. I love them. I'm buying.
I love them all, man. It's the fun and wonder of the character, and they always throw it right out when they make a movie.
Of course.
Yeah, well, because they suck the fun out of it. That's their thing.
It's gotta be grounded. Well, it's a man flying around with a cape. It's like just have some fun with it. It doesn't have to be stupid.
Yeah, lose the cape. Lose the cape. Doesn't make sense.
Lose the cape. Yeah. Well, that's what they wanted to do with the '90s version, which never happened. But that's another story. But anyway, yeah.
Just
Indeed,
like
James.
Conan, that is another.
Yeah.
That is another story.
Valor's toilet paper.
Yes. Oh, that comment.
Okay, so Superboy is a little bit of a sneak.
That, by the way. Oh, I had a shirt made for that of Mon-El. My friend, Claude had popped in there. He was an airbrush artist, and he did me a shirt. I had it because I hated that they were calling it Valor. So I had him, Mon-El, standing there, and he's ripping away the word Valor over his head with Mon-El under it. He's saying, Valor my ass. And I wore it proudly to many a con. I wish I still had it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's so I mean Superboy, he does a lot of sneaky shit in this. So he gets a kryptonite projector thingy and shines it on Mon-El. I was like, let's test him out. Like, okay. And he said, well, if he's hurt, don't worry about it. I'll rescue him immediately. It's like, okay. But he seems to be okay.
He's a liar. He's not my brother.
Wait a minute. This is not good. Kryptonite doesn't hurt him. Krypto doesn't. Yeah, okay.
Yes, Peter. Who is this cunning stranger? His name is Ollie. No.
Ollie. So we had a little cartoon here, Adventure Comics. All right, we're back. Now this is neat. There's it looks like it's raining kryptonite, like meteor shower or whatever.
Yes.
The secret of Mon-El. And he's like, whoa, I'm cool. Everything's great here. So, so they're back home here having their pancakes or whatever they're having. Look at the pancakes. That's awesome.
Yes, indeed.
That's an awesome thing of pancakes. I'm passing the picture papers.
Wheat cakes like Peter Parker gets.
Wheat
cakes, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, just eat regular pancakes. My super intelligence, with my super intelligence, I can easily answer all these questions within a few seconds. It's like, okay.
I'm telling the audience how smart I am.
Aren't, pin a rose on your nose or.
Yeah.
That's from what was that? That was Stephanie. Full House.
Don't you love thought balloons, like the old exposition or thought balloons in comics? I mean, they're silly as hell, but there's something. They don't use them anymore. By the way, when they were abolished, I didn't miss them or anything, but they're still kind of funny. They had to make writing for a writer really annoying. Like, look, I know this. Well, the editor's saying, yeah, but we need this because we're writing the 8-year-olds. You need to tell them everything.
Right. Yeah, kids can't figure out that he's got his super, whatever.
No, they need
I'm
to be
so
told.
used to them though. That narration boxes, like they have to be yellow for me. But
Yes. Yes. And then if you're Chris Claremont, they're like 5,000
yeah.
words long.
Yeah, oh boy, I don't want to get into that, but they're like going through some of these, man. Like, because my wife reads manga, and she's like, "Okay, I'm done a chapter." I'm like, she'll read like it's like double speed of me because my comics like I'm like I know I'm still on page 2 because someone thinks this is a screenplay, and it's
Yeah, you're reading Chris Claremont. Did you read a lot of X-Men? You're like, man, I'm going to be here a while.
I'm gonna be here. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do 3 comics. We did one giant. We did giant size X-Men. It took 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh God, yeah.
That wasn't even Chris Claremont.
That
was Len and Dave.
Yeah, that's right. Just wait till you get to Chris. Jeez.
Wait till you get to Chris. It's just like a bar of just pages of text. Like, oh, okay. Anyway, so he gets 90% rather than 100. You're like, all right, fine. Now, okay, can I say that this is the most random interjected story ever? Like, I thought, I was like, okay, so we're reading this, obviously we're reading this off of a scan, right? And we've had problems. If you remember last stream, there was a page missing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
yeah.
I actually thought that they scanned the wrong page because I'm like, what is this? So Superboy, they're talking about Cinderella, and he goes back in time to answer a question about Cinderella, and it's like he goes, "I'm going to the Nile in 4000 BC."
No problem.
To find out what happened.
Why does he even know that something happened in ancient Egypt that had to do with Cinderella? Like, how does he even know that?
Because he has super intelligence, man.
He just knows
and
it all,
this
baby.
is that kind of magical. I know with the TARDIS it makes sense, but this is that kind of magical time travel where he goes back in time, but he started in Smallville, and now he's halfway around the world in Egypt. You know. Yeah.
Yes, I mean the TARDIS does travel with distance as well as time, but this, he should have showed him flying around. I don't know.
Yeah, like he just went back through time, but teleported somewhere else. Yeah. Whew.
I'll journey at speed of light. Thousands fast, 1,000 times faster speed of light, and go backwards.
Yeah.
Really? Just how do you go forwards?
Yeah. How does forwards work?
I don't know. I bet he probably asked the editor. He said, "So, boss, what do I say for him going forward?" He says, "Shut up."
He just goes the other way. I don't know.
I mean, are you going back? I don't get it, boss. Just nobody's paying you to get it, Mr. Benton.
So he's on the River Nile in 4000 BC, exactly that day. It wasn't 3,999.
He's peeping Tom.
He is.
Yeah, this poor girl's trying to bathe.
It's like, and then this eagle steals her slipper, her fur slipper.
Yeah.
Brings it here for some reason.
Yeah.
This
I don't even get it.
This is exactly how they spoke. Lo, this is an omen. I must find the owner of this tiny slipper. Why? Why is it an omen? What is happening? Why are we alive? Like,
and then just marry her simply because
it's an omen.
I guess.
Yeah, it's like
now I go back.
Right. It's like, okay. And then he found her pretty fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, one panel, but
Yeah.
He flies 6 months into the future. So it's 6 months in the future. So like Superboy's like, oh dude, I gotta find out what happened with this first slipper, man. This is epic. And whoosh, he goes a bit more, and then he finds exactly where they are, getting the slipper.
Yeah.
So there's your proof.
Easy peasy.
This is easy. This is exactly what I would have done. So there's your proof that Cinderella is based on this Egyptian story. And this teacher's just like, no, Like,
Yeah, I've never heard of rotifers. Like, what is this?
what are you talking about? It's like, her slipper was made of fur, not glass.
So he started this saying I could get 100%, but then it would rouse suspicion. So I gotta get like 90% or something.
Right.
So he went on this mission to find out how Cinderella really got the slipper because
Right.
the question, and no high school quiz has a question like this, like, you know, what was where did Cinderella come from or whatever or something like that. And then he's like, if I give him the real answer, then I'll get it wrong. So let me exert effort and go back in time to ancient Egypt and find out what really happened and come back. Somehow I know it's ancient Egypt.
Right.
And then, yeah,
Right.
it's a
But he
it,
can't
it
prove
is
anything.
impressively complex though. Like someone, you know, sat down and thought of like, oh, the eagle takes the thing and you know, and then thought of a name too. Like there's no such thing as rotifers. And then yeah, he comes back.
Big bottom line is, how can he prove anything? Like, he just thought to himself, how am I supposed to prove it? Just because if I tell them I flew back in time, they're not going to believe me anyway.
Or
like,
just make something up then.
And if you have super intelligence, just give the answer the teacher's looking for.
Yeah.
That's all university was for me. Just
No,
give
he
the
wants
answer the
90.
teacher
He doesn't
wants.
He wants 90. He doesn't want 100.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
goodness.
So 89's good enough. Like, he's like, you got
Yeah.
an 89. What do you want, buddy? Like,
Yeah.
well, you gotta get 90. Like, okay, well, you got 89. Like,
It's a mess.
it's a mess. And that just proves that he couldn't have gotten 100 because he would have still got the Cinderella question wrong.
Yeah.
One point, why is this in the comic?
What? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I thought
Filling
this
up
page
space.
was wrong. I'm like,
I'd rather just see some Superboy doing Superboy stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but I was really nervous that Lana wasn't getting this proper routine down. I'm glad that Superboy was able to blow her on her to fly her out so she can get in the dance show or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
her skirt go up too in front of everybody. And I'm glad she wasn't injured or anything, wondering why she can fly all of a sudden.
Yeah. But I was really scared. I was like, I really hope Lana makes it on this dance team. It's like, thank God Superboy was there to help.
Really needed that, man. Oh yeah. I'm sure the readers were riveted. Like, will Lana make it?
Yeah. Okay, so then the brush salesman, aka Monel, shows up, and he's going to sell a brush to Lana. Yeah. And then here you go. You got two men using X-ray vision to look into her purse. Now, I'm telling you, Superboy has definitely checked it out because he's checked her out because he uses this X-ray vision all the time. What if he accidentally turns his head or she turns, then he'll see her, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like, we're on to you, Superboy.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm a boy. I'm going to,
Yep. And it's like, how else? He's got to become a man somehow.
Yep. I mean, sure. Or don't give that character X-ray vision. Of course, you do that, the jokes are going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's right. So Lana Lang's purse contains precisely 77 cents. Her initials are LL. This is all important. This is all important. So I don't. Okay. The brush says $3.50. That sounds like a lot for a brush.
Especially back then. That's a lot of money back then, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I buy
10 cents.
Yeah, like I buy brushes. I bought a brush just the other day for like $1.99 or whatever. Like, I don't $3.50. Like, this is crazy. I would have gone to Walmart if I was them, and get the cheaper version. But anyways, so the salesman, so Monel, like, this is so weird. He like gets rid of her initials and puts them on the brush to prove that it wasn't $3.50. It was really 77 cents. Or he could have just said, we're having a sale. But why does he want all the money that she has in her pocket? I don't, it's just so, like, what if she said no? Like, if she's like, well, I only have 77 cents, so I can't afford to pay all of that.
He's got no game. He doesn't know how to flirt. Like, like, I know all shit. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Look at Superboy. Superboy's like, what?
Stunned, yeah.
He's like, dude, you're trying to take my girl by giving her discounts, man. I guess.
Gowser.
Oh my god, that rat! He's trying to take my girlfriend from me. The Superboy's gonna look at him.
Yeah.
He's like, I got her. And Superboy's like, you damn bastard, you're going down tonight. I'm telling you. Where's that kryptonite thing I had? So Martha, she's not been doing any house cleaning. Look, her apron's completely clean. So obviously she's not been doing any housework.
No.
So here's what Sean mentioned earlier with like, there's like lights, there's little lamps, there's also light bulbs, there's different lighting things where different people can contact Superboy if they need some sort of like help. So it could be the police chief, it could be the Legion. And there's all these different ways that they can contact him through flashing the lights. It's a phone, pretty much. It's the commissioner.
So this one is White House, Professor Lang, or Chief Parker.
Right.
Chief Parker is the guy from the show, no? Am I wrong?
Oh, I don't know if he was in it or not.
What's
no, that's Inspector somebody. I can't remember his name.
Inspector. Well, Henderson was from the TV show.
Henderson, yeah.
Henderson,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The George Reeves show, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. All right. Okay, so he can. Okay, so Mon-El also has X-ray vision. Does Mon-El have every power of Superboy, or is he missing something?
I believe they have all the same. Eventually, they have pretty much all the same power.
Okay.
That I remember right. Fanty will correct me if I'm getting it wrong, because he always does.
Yep. Yeah, Pete Ross was the friend. I know. I just read the first appearance of Pete Ross on stream. I think you were there, Phantom. I think Phantom was there when I read that.
Oh, Pete Ross.
I like that issue a lot, actually. His first
learns who he is learns his identity.
Yep. But he was presented as a smart character, so it makes sense. Okay, so I'll switch to my costume instantly. We can go leave together through the secret tunnel. So we've got this catapults. The crooks are like, this is so weird. Like there's catapults. Like I don't. I mean, it's just like, okay.
Why are there catapults?
I don't know.
Crooks using catapults.
Yeah, it's so wacky. All right. So here comes Superboy. It's like, oh, it's Superboy. I'll give them each a light love tap. Okay. Strong enough to knock them out cold. They sure collected plenty of lead balls.
Gaggle.
Like, I feel like it was more work to get this together.
Yeah.
Than it would have been just to go in.
Go in with the guns or something, yeah.
Like, I just don't, it's just so weird.
we deal in lead, friend. Cool.
Yeah. Like, that's a lot of lads. They all got lead poisoning, that's for damn sure. Gasp, thank you. No cape alert. Just pointing that out.
Where's my cape? Now he's got it. Found it though, look.
Yeah, he found it, yep. Okay, let's lamb, boys. Let's get out or lamb.
Let's lamb. Okay, yeah, they're on the lamb.
All right.
Yeah.
Gasp again. So lead hurts Daxamites, then that's their their thing. That's the only difference between so far in this comic. That's the only difference between the two characters.
Yes.
So Superboy's like, oh, maybe he's in cahoots with these guys because it's like it's a lie, but he doesn't know that it is true. So Superboy was so quick to think that he was the brother, but just as quick to say no, he's not, and he's a bad guy. So he does jump to conclusions pretty fast in this comic,
as they often do in these comics.
They do, yeah. Okay, my strength's coming back now. That's fine. So now he's got green paint handy. And I just, this is so weird. It's like, this is going to be some sort of evidence, I guess. Like he's painting. Okay. So earlier he confirmed that Mon-El does not have a kryptonite weakness by using that projector thingy.
Yes.
So now he's trying to see if he's faking it, but he's painting lead into green, but lead does weaken Mon-El. So, Okay, so this is so weird. He's like, I'll be on the planetoid with Mon-El long before they arrive. So he hurled these out there to fall. He's like, oh, it'll look like a meteor shower, so I have to keep him here. My God, like he's literally like saying, oh, let's just hang out here to trick the guy.
He set up a death trap. Yeah.
Yeah, he set up a death trap.
Yep.
Superboy. Now, I do love the casual. I love how this is casually revealed. Look, the boulder sheared off a cover of that large box. Okay, so nobody thought that there was a large box here and thought maybe we should like check this out because look at what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then these two creatures come out, and look how happy they're. It's like, oh, it's a Jack-in-the-Box monster! Yay! Like, okay, are you not weirded out by this or?
Yeah, quick, let's murder them. It's like, are you having fun? Yeah, I'm having fun. Like,
yeah, well,
it's like, yeah.
Don't pull out the Jack-in-the-Box lives matter or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they do depict like the neck is a spring, so it's some sort of like mechanical thing or something.
Yeah, it's not, well, you can see when they bust through here, it's not.
Yeah.
Like it is some sort of like mechanical thingy.
Yeah.
So that distracts them enough to gives enough time for the death trap that Superboy started. This hail of lead, which is he's pretending that it's kryptonite. Hey, how's it going, Legion? What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Legion's great. Yeah, he does streams all the time.
Cool.
So I go usually in the morning when I'm at work. It's Legion and Loki. Actually, Legion and Loki. Stone Loki. Every time he streams, he streams. I have a morning meeting every day, and the second Loki starts to stream, that is when I have my meeting at my day job.
Oh, man.
I think I've seen one Stone. I'm subscribed to Stone Loki. I've got the notifications. I've seen one stream ever. It's like
right when you have that meeting. Damn it.
And and I have to be there because I'm an important person in my day job.
Understand.
And I'm less important here, but more important there. Okay, so Superboy is such a meanie. He's so mean. I don't want to say I love Superboy. I just love Superboy, but like I gotta call mean. I gotta call shenanigans on this. He's faking being hurt by the kryptonite.
Yeah.
But Mon-El really is being hurt through the lead. Now he thinks that Mon-El is faking it.
Miserable liar.
Yeah. I'm going to confront him now. I'm going to tell him he's an imposter.
A-hole.
And then, meanwhile, Mon-El's like dying here.
Really actually dying, yeah.
He actually is dying.
Yeah.
All right, cut the bullshit. No, sorry, it says cut the dying.
He gave his memory back, though.
Yep.
Yes, so that's important. So he's confronting him, and he goes, I just painted those on the surface. They're nothing but harmless lead. I don't know what you're talking about. I can hardly move. So finally, we do have like a full thing here. Through exposure to lead, though the exposure to lead has terrible molecular changes in my body, destroying all my superpowers, it shocked my brain out of its state of amnesia. So my memory is restored. I recall everything now. Gasp. I don't come from Krypton. So this is the first Mon-El appearance. This is, I guess, the first Daxamite mention, right?
Yes.
Yes. So this is like a little mini origin. I'm not your brother. I'm a native of Daxam, another planet where lead affects Daxamites the way kryptonite affects you, except that the effects never wear off, which I guess we know that's going to change. James and I used to work at the same office, so in my mind, no one pays attention. I know. I have to. I sometimes run the meetings, James. I've gone up since James has been there. Okay, that effect never wears off. Any damage is permanent. Now listen, many years ago, I made a rocket flight to Krypton. So here is the full origin of them. My engine conked out, and I crash landed on Krypton. Here I met your father, Jor-El. I don't remember exactly when. Like this is, I met Jor-El, who befriended me, and after several weeks repaired my rocket ship. So Jor-El did repair the ship. So that was sort of what, that was right.
Right.
You can't stay here. I just discovered that Krypton's about to blow up. So this is the listen, you got to get out of here. So this is pretty close to where he's going to send Superboy or whatever, Kal-El as a baby.
Kal-El.
Yeah, baby, super baby. Take this chart. It'll show you the course to follow to another inhabited world, the Earth. So this is from Jor-El, so that wasn't a lie. That is from Jor-El, that letter, or the star chart thingy. Jor-El didn't need it, right? Okay, because he had it memorized for his baby son Kal-El, whom he intended to send to Earth also in a model rocket. Before you go, lad, take this locket. It is inscribed with love from Jor-El and me because we've learned to care for you deeply, even though your stay was short. So again, that is true. That was a true thing from the parents. So Superboy got that right.
So why send him to Earth and not back to Daxam?
I don't know. It didn't say. I don't know if maybe they explain that later. Like, what happened to Daxam actually? Is it still around, Clobby?
Oh yeah. It plays a, without saying much, it plays a big part way down the road, especially in something called the Great Darkness Saga.
Oh yes.
So it lasts for a long time, which I won't say any more about that. But yeah,
we won't be getting to that for a while.
For a while, I'll still. Although Lord Dawson and I were going to review it one of these days, even if we do, it will take us a while to get to it here. So yeah.
You should review it with him.
Oh, we will. Then with you guys too, of course.
Yeah, and then we'll revisit it when we get, because we're a long way off from that.
It'll be spoilery if you watch us review it, but
I read back issue number, I don't know, 60 something, whatever the Legion one was. So they spoiled the crap out of it. Like
there you go.
Yeah, they spoiled the crap out of it. That's okay. Spoilers don't mean anything to me. I just want to see the story and read out and see how it plays out. Right?
It's a classic.
Okay, so we can't detain him any longer. So yeah, good point, Sean. He's not. They're just saying, well, maybe you should go to Earth. I don't know where Daxam is. It's the same system. There you go. So it's still the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I took my one-man vessel, which instead of reaching Earth, drifted into space till a short while ago. Gasp, another gasp. The rest, you know. Good heavens! So that's why Crypto didn't recognize you, right? Duh. And that's why your belt wasn't made of kryptonese. Duh. And that's why lead instead of kryptonite affects you. Duh. Why'd you try to steal my girl? Oh, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All this other stuff.
Jackass.
Yeah.
Superboy.
Superboy's like, yeah, I can forget all that shit, but you're hitting on Lana. So what the hell? He's like, I didn't, man. Like, dude, I was only trying to make.
Dude, she wasn't your girl anyway.
It's like, she's just your girl. Like, okay. So in the meantime, this guy's dying. So this is one. Now, usually in these Legion appearances, the Legion are always dicks.
Yeah.
But this one, Superboy was being a dick, and Mon. Like, typically, the typical formula so far has been
right.
The character or characters.
A dick to Superboy.
Right. And this time, Superboy was a dick. I guess he's earned it. You know, it's issue 89. I guess he's earned it. But the lead has changed all that, so he's lost his powers. Okay, this is all my fault. Yes, I agree.
Yes, it is.
I agree. It's all your damn fault, buddy. Okay, so once exposed to lead, a Daxamite is doomed. So I didn't know that was or does that must get changed later. It can't, like the fact that if they're exposed to lead, their powers are gone. They just start to die no matter what happens. Like
so without being too spoiler, he has to put him in this Phantom Zone because it's not solved for a long time. Yeah. Okay. And I know a Phantom Outsider told me privately about that too. So he goes and gets, so here in the bottom of the ocean, he's got the Phantom Zone projector. I like this too, because this is a little bit of a recap of some of the other villains that are in there right now. Yeah. So this is pretty neat.
Once again, he threw something in the ocean to get rid of it.
Yes. Oh, that was your favorite part, Sean.
Yeah.
That was your favorite part, right? Like, it's like that ocean dumpster. It's like, now we've got all these like, oh, the oceans, we got to save the oceans. Well, thanks, Super. It's probably all Superboy's fault. It's like, it keeps dumping shit in there. So here we got some of the other the traders or whatever of Krypton. And my did they show? Oh, they didn't show. I thought they showed. Oh, they didn't show thingy here. I thought they showed.
It's later on.
Oh, it's later on. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways,
Guilty.
guilty.
The vote must be unanimous, Jarrell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like you could be an important voice. It's like
secretary to my own.
It's like,
Join us. You've been known to disagree with the council before.
yeah.
Your name could be appointed to new order.
Yeah.
I offer you a chance for greatness, Jarrell. Take it.
Yeah, no, you're getting the Sean's favorite part where he says, "Both you and one day your ass."
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he said. I was a kid. I was watching it 18 times in the theater in 1978-9, and I thought he said your ass for a while.
I know.
Your ass.
Your ass.
Kick your ass.
It's like, listen, buddy. Not only are you bowing down to me, but so is your ass.
Yep. We're gonna
Both
give
you
Non your
and
ass. Non wants your ass.
Okay, all right. Okay, so they're gonna put him in the Phantom Zone. So basically, he's gonna put him in the Phantom Zone to keep him safe until he can find a cure. This like if I'm Juan now, I'd be like, yeah, well, what happened to that Kandor city? When did that ever? Did you ever fix those guys? Like, I feel like I'm gonna be here a while.
Yeah. And that's a trope that lives on and on for a while in pre-crisis, where like he can't figure out how to cure someone, so he puts them in a Phantom Zone.
Yeah, just go in the Phantom Zone. I'll get to you, buddy. Take a number. Like I got like, I'm going on a date with Lana. I gotta go make googly eyes with Lana or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. No, he didn't say. He didn't say your ass. It's on his entrance couch. Okay, so he puts him in the Phantom Zone. And I'll free you someday when I grow up to be Superman. I swear it. It's like, wait a minute. I'll be like, wait, when you grow up to be Superman.
What about next week? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Monel's like, wait, did you say when you grow up?
Yeah.
What?
He's in the Phantom Zone.
That is it. It does say watch Superman comics for a 3-part novel featuring Superman's return to the Phantom Zone. I did read this, but we're not going to go through it because it's not a Legion thing. But I thought this was a pretty fun comic as well, story. But there you go. That was Superboy 89. So, Clobby, you have this one, right?
Yes, indeed. First Monel. Oh yeah. I have a bunch of early issues of Superboy. That might be I think that's my earliest.
This is your earliest?
Yeah, I think I also have 89 as well. 98 rather, the first Ultra Boy.
Oh, that'll be fun.
We're getting there.
Ultra Boy. Ultra Boy he can only use one power. He has the powers, but he can only use one at a time, right? That's his thing. Right. I like Ultra Boy.
We're getting we're getting there, close to that one issue. So
yeah. All right. So now it's two Adventure Comics 290.
290.
Now this one I'm going to scroll through and there's a better version of it scanned later. I don't know why they scanned it twice. I guess this version looks pretty good actually, but I think this one seemed clearer. Oh, maybe not. Do you like the first version or the second version? Do you like this look? I'll remove the ads.
A lot of ads.
So there's this look. There's this look, or there's this look.
I mean, whatever is easiest for you, dude. I think they're both fine. See, I read that Superboy 89 a month or two, and so I was going kind of fuzzy on it. This one I just read today.
All right, so let's put you. I'll put you on the top seat, Hobby. Let's.
I can't scroll it, but you gonna scroll?
I can scroll it for you.
Why does Sunboy look like Ralph Malph on that cover?
Yeah, that is weird, and I love that each Legionnaire has his face on the one that he, the box that he assembled, he or she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, same creative team as before. Robert Bernstein and George Papp on this one. Papp on the penciling and the inking. This story was this incidentally is the last 10-cent issue of Adventure Comics. The last time you added 2 pennies the next month, added 2 whole pennies to make them 12 cents the next month. So enjoy while you can, people. 10 cents. It should say still only 10 cents until next month, suckers. November 1961. This comic. Wow, 1961.
Wow.
We're still, for those, we were talking about this earlier, if I think in the background, we're still, we're not seeing Legion of Superhero stories so much as Legion of Superboy and Supergirl and even Superman stories.
Right.
With the Legion popping up. We're still not seeing we're a good ways away from Legion stories that happen to have those characters popping in there. So you got to bear with them a little bit. These aren't really Legion stories yet. So just saying. They still got the jetpacks.
Yeah.
And we have met Sunboy before. So this is not his first appearance or anything, but we didn't know much about him. We start this. I'm sorry, man. At the time, so you know, when this was done, to be fair, it wasn't done to death at this point, probably, but in fiction, be it television, be it comics, movies, whatever, the unexplained duplicate, in other words, the dead ringer or the person who comes along and just happens to be an absolute twin, your long lost twin or whatever. Well, this is Clark Kent's long lost twin. I love how he escaped from reform school, the reformatory. We used to, I'm old enough to remember that term being bandied about a lot in TV. And like, you're gonna get sent to reform school if you don't behave yourself.
Yeah.
Well, now no one even knows what that means, probably. But remember, did you ever hear them? You're gonna go to you all had it, yeah.
Yeah, I know reform school.
Reform school. Well, you don't hear that anymore. They don't have such a thing, I guess.
That's juvie or whatever.
It's like it's some sort of kid prison, I guess. So that's the way we thought about it, right?
Yeah.
So reform school. This kid breaks out of reform school and he looks.
Just go down.
He's a dead ringer, not only for Clark Kent. He's even got the glasses. How could But his name is Tom Tanner, and he's a rough and tumble kid from the other side of the tracks who escapes on a train and ends up in Smallville.
And he's literally from the other side of the tracks because he's literally on train tracks.
Yeah, and he gets a daring escape from the what you would call it? I mean, the reform school. Ends up in Smallville, and through a happy bunch of coincidences, keeps running into people who think he's Clark Kent. It's funny how he's got the glasses too. Clark doesn't even need the glasses, but okay.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So that's weird.
So he runs into this cop. The cop knows him and he's torn his jacket, so he has to go home. And the cop says, "Hey, you're running the wrong way, you guy who looks exactly 1,000,000,000% like Clark Kent." Oh, sure. Oh my goodness. You're right, Chief. I must be in a fog. See you around. What a okay. Here's the line. Here's the very 60s line. What a boner I pulled.
Yeah, I love that.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm a child.
Yeah.
I apologize. I should be ashamed of myself. If I had any shame, I would be. So
I love when they say. I remember there's that Batman issue which says Batman's big boner.
Yep, the Joker's boner.
The Joker's boner.
Yeah, yes. So, but I mean, this again, the way it's worded, what a boner I pulled. Anyway.
Whoa! One.
Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby. Hey, it's 2023. We deserve to be able to laugh at that. So I wonder who this Clark Kent cluck is. They did say that.
Yeah.
The chief obviously knows well and obviously likes him. So he ends up several blocks away and meets the milkman and decides to steal from the milkman.
Yeah.
And the milkman says, "I'm not your father. No, you can't accuse me of anything. But it's you, Clark Kent. You were going to deliver the milk to your own house." Basically, again, that name. This Clark Kent sure must resemble me. Thanks. And at this point, you might be thinking, what does that have to do with the Legion of Superheroes? Well, so was I. But you see, it
Right.
does though. It
Yeah.
does tie in. So Clarky goes home. Excuse me. Tom Tanner goes home. Meanwhile, the real Clark Kent is working in his Clark basement. And I love the way it's written. Like, I'll listen to the morning news while I putter around.
Right.
Here's a bulletin that's just in. A strange object has landed with a blinding electrical flash in the field just west of Maple Grove. Immediately, just now, a couple of seconds ago, and someone called the radio station to tell you about it. Okay.
It's like, all right.
It's the Legion of Super. Oh, no, we're not saying that, but it might be the Legion of Super. No, it might be a time strip. No, we're not saying that. I'm just so how convenient. The state police are racing to the area now because why? I don't. Oh, never mind. But then Clark is so brilliant. He uses his vision. Golly, it looks like the type of machine used by the Legion of Superheroes. I see where I don't go. I see where I don't go to school this morning.
Yeah, I don't.
So his robots won't work.
Look how many he has. He's got
a robot for everybody.
He's got a few Superboys. He's got a Lana robot. We know what he's doing with that robot. That's a weird one to have.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It's
Yes.
like, I made a Lana robot. She's completely accurate down to.
He's got a robot for everybody. Oh,
You get a robot,
yes.
and you get a robot, and you get a robot.
You get a Robert Bernstein said, I can convenient write with the best of them. I can do me some convenience writing. So Tom shows up and Ma Kent's wash your hair. And she says, nah, I can't see that well. There's even an exposition where she says something I can't, my eyes, she's got this soap in her eyes, so she can't tell.
Right.
But then later when she cleans her up, when she can see, he goes and looks in his room as Clark changes his clothes. Now she can see him, and he looks just like Clark anyway. So I don't know what the point of it was.
So what was the point of that panel? Yeah.
I don't even understand. Why should we? And so he gets to eat pancakes. I must see if I can impersonate Clark Kent in school too. I'd like to take over his life if I can get away with it. Boom. So, wow, what a Boston, huh?
This is a predicament. We have a fake Clark Kent running around. The
Right.
Superboy robots don't work, and then we
don't even know what's going on yet.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, Mabel's 50 miles outside of Smallville is where this place is. Great Krypton. It's one of the time machines used by the Legion of Superheroes to travel from the future to the past. But I didn't recognize the Ute. What is the Ute? Who's emitting the blinding radiance. Wow. Is he that cute? I'm just kidding. Get it?
Yeah, Superboy never saw Sunboy. Supergirl saw Sunboy, right?
That's right. That was be my guess, yes. If I remember right.
So that's the thing right there. Okay.
Exactly. Hi, Superboy. I figured that the news of my appearance would spread fast and that where you think, draw attention to yourself, you person from the future. Show up and you show up even faster. Can you just call him? I don't know. Show up at, I don't know what the hell. They know who he is. They can go to his house.
Yeah, and call him on the flashlighty thing.
Right. I'm Sunboy, newest member of the Legion of Superheroes. Well, to me anyway, in your time, I don't even know anymore.
Right.
Glad to meet you, but please close the door, you dumbass, and talk to your time machine. Your time machine's screwing with electrical stuff for some reason.
Shut the door.
Your door, yeah. Why that? By the way, it's never been mentioned before or again that having a time machine door open screws with anything else.
It has a faulty machine, right? Yeah. It has a faulty machine.
I guess his TARDIS is messed up.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Superboy. So that's better. What can I do for you, Sunboy? And use your superpowers to help me carry out an important mission. See, each of this is, I don't know if anybody wants to run with it because it's weird to me, but if you want me to keep going, I will. I want to take up it all the time here.
No. Yeah, you can do this whole one, and Sean can do the next one. Then we just get this one.
You see, each year the Legion of Superheroes likes to come and diddle daddle in time. Admits only one member. Sorry, one member of the the performance of spectacular feats. They can only join the group every once a year, but once a year they omit one member. Sorry, buddy. Hi, everybody. Why is our clubhouse red all of a sudden? I don't know. Just don't look at it. It'll be yellow in the next panel.
Yeah.
What radiance? What radiance? He's like a super sun. Again, they think he's radiant.
Right.
So Sunboy joins up. Last week, after being invited into the Legion, I was given an assignment. Take a time machine, because we just let people do whatever they want with time machines. And journey into the past, Sunboy. Have Superboy help you locate the terrible weapon sketched on the diagram. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, Lightning Lad. A brilliant criminal scientist invented this weapon, intending to use it against humanity, but he died shortly after our Legion discovered the weapon's existence. So 6 of us dismantled it and isolated each part in a separate lead-covered chest. Why would you go back in time and do anything like that?
Right.
Why would you endanger? Why would the Legion do anything so criminally irresponsible?
Yeah, let's put this back. We don't want to deal with it now.
Can't you hide it in the 30th century somewhere to play with them or whatever? I mean, why even? Well, you shouldn't even do it there. It's irresponsible. It's a dangerous. Whatever.
I'm going to question how dangerous it actually is once it's revealed what it is.
That's true.
Considerably less dangerous than I thought it would be.
Why do you think their faces? Why are their faces on the?
Because they mark. So if someone finds it later and one's loose, it's for covering your own ass. Because they're going to be like, well, Brainiac, how come yours wasn't sealed as good as mine? Yeah, the left arm was Brainiac's problem. That's why his face was on that box.
Why the time travel is the only an excuse to involve Superboy in their dumb story, because we'll bury each chest here in the past, so no criminal from the 30th century can ever lay it screw. How about the ones in the 20th? Never mind.
Why did they put one in each different? Why did they put one in the 30th? One in the 400th century, one in the 4000 BC, one in 1962. Like, they should have done that then.
None of it makes any sense, and they just did this to have Superboy in this story because of reasons.
Right.
However, recently it occurred to the... Here's my favorite part. Yeah. However, recently it occurred to the Legion that some criminal in the 20th century might locate... Really? Just recently? What do you think to begin with? The 6 sections and I'm able to maybe screw time around, maybe some of the weapons. Hence, my mission to transport the 6 containers back to the future and tell everyone what a bunch of dumbasses they are. And I don't want to join their stupid group because they're idiots and they're irresponsible. Here's the diagram Lightning Lad gave me. It says, "You are an idiot. Please go find this. Superboy, will you bail us out? Because we're morons for the future." Okay, Sunboy, you jackass. You sure you want to join that group? I mean, these guys are really irresponsible. I don't know, man. We're making fun, kids. I love the Legion. We're just having a little fun with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're just having a little fun with it. This is wonderful stuff. So, this story. I love how he gets back to the house. Great galaxy. Somebody's pretending to be Clark Kent, and he's got Mom and Lana Lang fooled.
Yeah, it's like, uh-oh.
I should expose him now, but maybe I can make use of his impersonation with my robots unable to perform conveniently because of a time machine door was open.
Right.
Clark Kent in school while I gather the parts of that weapon. There's no danger of my folks blurting out the secret of my Superboy identity to him either. I'll be home long before. Why don't you just go tell Ma now?
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, that kid who just left was not me. Like, shit, who was it? I don't know, some imposter.
Right, but just play along until I tell you otherwise. Okay, sure, Superboy.
Yeah.
So the silly stuff with him, of course, he's a much more ostentatious Clark Kent, right?
Right.
And Lana's like, wait, Clark Kent is actually acting like a alpha male. Ooh, I like it. She likes it. Eddie, go start a fight with Clark. Go be a dick to Clark for no reason.
Yes. Yeah, she thinks he's Superboy. It's like, oh, Clark's acting a lot more tougher. He must be Superboy. It's like, jump to conclusion. Even though she's right, jump to conclusions. It's like, okay.
Yeah, go be a jackass to Clark for. Why would she do that?
I don't know. It's like, go cut his hair off. Clark. She's like, go cut his hair.
Right. Oh, because it would break. If she's like, this is just, man. Come on, Robert. Jesus Christ. Sorry, man. Sure, Lana. Even if he gets sore at the practice, he won't do anything because I'll kick his ass. And he goes to cut his hair and he pops him. Boom.
That
Ah.
was awesome.
That was. Guess the guy won't be messing with Clark Kent anymore. Meanwhile, as Tom Tanner indirectly does Superboy a good turn by popping the shit out of this jerk. In Secret Identity, I spotted the lead box which buries Cosmic Boys buried under here. So he's going to go find all. Basically, he found all the stuff, right?
He does fight sea creatures. There's these random sea creatures which are on Earth, right? Like
in the 20th century, by the way.
Yeah.
Aquaman, where are you? Or Aqua Boy, because we saw you. Where are you? Can you come help us out?
Yeah, what are these things doing here? So anyway, while he's doing that, tomorrow we'll discuss. Okay, this kid is in a reform school, right? He says, "Gosh, I never knew classwork could be this interesting." This is how it's saying, "Look, we gotta tell the kids reading this comic that classwork's really good for you," and I'm sure they're buying it hook, line, and sinker. I almost wish I were Clark Kent so I could keep coming back to school to learn more things. Well, the parents will be glad to hear that in the comic book.
Yeah, I want to learn more things.
I want to see Clark Kent. If Clark Kent wants to go to school, you should too.
Right,
kids. Boy, I see DC Comics, squeaky, clean, wholesome, good, educational comic books.
Yep.
Worldly
upstanding.
Yes. What is it? It's a Homer Golly, Clark's. It's a Homer Golly. Clark's so different now. A Homer Golly?
I don't know.
Homer Golly.
Wow, I don't get it.
It's a Homer. Oh, Homer. Oh, it's a home run. Okay, I got it. It's a Homer. So
Homer
it's like
Golly. Yeah.
Clark's so different. I see.
It's a Homer Golly. Oh, it's a Homer.
Yeah,
I got you. Golly. I'm going to say it's a Homer. Yeah, I forgot I didn't see the exclamation point. I never dreamed he'd had so much athletic ability. I actually think he looks kind of cute now. I was never going to date him before, but yeah. Boy, I hope the real Clark Kent never comes back, that little jerk. Even though he doesn't even know why he was gone. Or that he just assumed. Remember earlier in the comic, we forgot. He assumed that Clark Kent ran away.
Yeah.
He had no evidence. Right?
Yeah, maybe he's in the bathroom.
Like, yeah, he's not in his room. He must have run away.
Yeah.
That makes perfectly logical sense. Even the other Superboy comes up to random conclusions. Everyone in all teenagers come up with the most random conclusions based on nothing.
Based on nothing. How do you know he ran away? Just he must have run away. What if he walks in, right? Oh God! So he brings back all the stuff, and then Sunboy says, "You dumbass." What I like how he goes back to the Kent's house, and there's a fire on the stove, and she tells Clark, "Use your powers, use your many superpowers." She says, "To put the fire out. Use one of your many." Okay. Good gosh, I didn't expect this character back till they got off an hour early from school. Bum bum bum.
Yeah, for no reason.
Right.
They give a reason, but it's no reason.
Yeah, it's just silly.
It's just random. Yeah,
it's as silly as everything else in the story. So, thanks, son. Sometimes your superpowers amaze me. Just a minute, Mrs. Kent. I didn't do anything. That fire must have gone out by itself. You see, I'm not Clark Kent, alias Superboy. I'm Tom Tanner, who busted out from reform school after reefer madness, probably. So, because I look like your Clark, you mistook me for him and let me in your house. Well, I like being Clark Kent, and I won't give up my new life. Expose me, and I'll reveal Clark Kent's secret identity. Gosh, this Tanner kid has us over a barrel. I should just incinerate him with my heat vision right now. Wow! Again with the secret identity threat. Remember, wasn't it last week we were doing one with them?
Yeah.
Lana using that over his head.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. This identity thing, man, it's just not worth it.
This might. It's not Bob Haney stuff, but it's like it's the most convenient story I've ever read. Case in point. Next panel. How surprised Superboy would be, only to learn I've returned, but to discover that this 6 dismantled sections of the robot's body, the Cyclops robot will be ready to do its evil work. So basically, for those without reading the whole thing out to you, this robot has a kryptonite ray thingy, but it also has the ability to turn people into the opposite of what they are.
Right. And also, can I point out that all these containers are the exact same size, they're long and thin. So how did this piece fit in one of those?
Good part.
Like, wouldn't the compartments be different? Like, you're like, okay, that's the head in a more square box. This is the body. It's like the torsos, they're all in the same looking boxes. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man! So anybody else any more? Because I don't want to take up all the.
yeah, go. Okay, so the robots. Go. Well, yeah, I'll let Sean do the next one. Then we all do one.
Yeah.
This robot can apparently zap Sunboy and turn him from good to bad. So if it zaps you, and he says he wants to make Superboy his I guess his slave or whatever. So go blast the boy of steel, right? And we're going to change him into bad. So go to the Kent's house and zap Clark Kent. So silly robot goes to.
This is the morality robot.
Yes,
like,
the morality robot.
You are bad, Zap. Now you're good. Oh, you are good, shit. Zap. Now you are bad. Like, what is bad?
Yeah.
I don't know. So Clark Kent, or should I say Superboy, I must carry out Sunboy's commands. The ray from my I will turn you into an evil mutant being, evil being or something. Yeah. Oops.
Sunboy's so impressed he lost his logo.
Yeah. What happened to my logo? I burned it off again. Damn, I burned more logos off like this. So he's all happy with himself because I did thy bidding, master. I did thy bidding, my master. I changed Clark Kent into an evil person. Now he kicks puppies and trips little old ladies while rolling across the street.
And this is so great because it's going to come back to play. He's destroying shit. He's destroying the wires, and this is going to come back, and you're like, okay. Anyway.
Look, I'm destroying shit. Exactly. So look, I'm destroying things. I knew it. I knew my evil scheme to have Superboy destroy all the telephone poles in the world will come to fruition with the master robot. So there we go. And then I'll destroy next. Go destroy a big electric tie. I hate electricity, basically.
Yeah. Right.
And then there's Crypto, Superboy's super pet. Turn your ray on him, Cyclops. Make him the opposite of what he is, an evil superhound. Yes, master. But too late. Because Superboy, who could have done this like 20 minutes ago.
Right.
He could have just done this before the guy went. I mean, I guess. Was he thinking? He heard what was going on? He actually wanted him to go zap the other dude.
Yeah, no, I think it was a happy accident. I think the robot zapped the wrong Clark and turned Tanner into a good guy. Superboy saw that and said, "I'll play along." But he could have just showed up and says, "I'm your partner now because I'm evil, just like you." Yay! And then punch him in the face and burn this robot. Why did he destroy the phone tower? And I just like to know that. Several 911 calls were missed because the phone tower was destroyed here. Like,
hey, he just doesn't like telephone poles. But I mean, he could have stopped the guy. He could have stopped it before it got to Tanner. I don't know. He might have used it for his own little gain. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe he said this guy's a rotten jerk. He needs to be reversed. Maybe we could, like Doc Savage used to perform surgeries on people.
Yes.
To turn them from, there we go. So anyway, Superboy slags the thing off, which he could have done a long time ago. No, friend, I went on a rampage at LA. Any suspicion that Cyclops had made Clark Kent evil? I didn't want you to bombard me a second time with that ray. I also stayed at a distance so as not to be affected by the robot's few grains of kryptonite, you joke. But, gulp, I ordered Cyclops to make Clark Kent the opposite of his real nature. Cyclops affected another Clark Kent, not me. I'm just so convenient that kid happened to break out of the...
Yeah.
Anyway... So, Superboy transports the time machine through the time barrier. Actually, Tanner did us both a good turn. By being the target of Cyclops' ray, He was unharmed while Tom became good.
In
No
quotes.
longer a juvenile delinquent. Yeah, in quotes.
Good.
Belongs in reform school.
Right.
So he's going to be Tom Tanner's going to be a good Clark Kent. And then, why are they on Xanthu?
I don't know. But then there's two Sun Boys. There's a Sun Boy sitting there, and there's another Sun Boy there. It's like, as you see, this Sun Boy's fake. Yeah, we got that because the other Sun Boy's right there.
He's just sitting around.
Yes.
And then here's the other thing. Superboy never saw Sun Boy. So why does Sun Boy need to pretend he has a different face?
You got me.
He could have just been normal, because when Superboy uses X-ray vision, since he peeks at everyone, wouldn't he tell it that's a mask and there's a different face behind it? Like, it was just so random.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. I got to admit, though, I thought it was going to be a question of Sunboy being affected by the
robot.
So
but the robot hadn't been assembled yet, so it had to be.
Right. Yeah,
so
but at first I did think that was kind of a decent head fake by Robert. But
yeah,
members of the Legion, like many fraternities and clubs, he figured it out because of a secret handshake. Yeehaw.
He didn't do the explosion fist pump at the end. He didn't.
So we don't know who this dude is.
Yes.
And why they're on Xanthu.
I don't know.
I don't understand what they're doing on Xanthu. That doesn't mean they're supposed to be on Earth.
Yeah.
And then Tom Tanner's the nicest guy in the world now. And okay, sure. That's that.
And that is it.
There you have it.
Oh my God.
There you have it, folks.
There you go. Sun Boys. I mean, this isn't even a Sun Boy appearance. Like, it's not his first appearance, but it's not even a Sun Boy appearance.
No,
it's literally
not really. Except for sitting on the.
But they established he's part of the Legion now, because I don't think he was before.
Well,
oh no, he was. No.
Yeah, he was in that one with the girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not his first appearance, but it's close.
Yeah.
Right.
And we still don't know much about him.
Yeah.
Whew, there you go. All right, let's go. And I did not read this, but I do want to read it. This Tales of Bizarro World. This is wicked.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, these are awesome. All right, so let's go to 293.
293.
Adventure Comics. Lex Luthor becomes a Bizarro in this issue. We won't read that because that's another story. But
which is it the backstory that this time? It's the backstory, right?
Yeah, this is the front story. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
So for the first one is that. So this I posted on my Twitter to show everybody why it went up to.
Yeah.
So basically here we know that let me see, 291 was 291 12 cents.
Yes. Yeah.
So in 293, they actually explain why it's 12 cents.
Yes, they do. Yeah, that's right.
I liked this. I need this letter for why it's $5 now.
Yeah.
Where's this letter?
It's like 4 paragraphs over explaining why it went from 10 cents to 12 cents.
And you know what? When I read this, I'm like, I legit agree with you. I'm like, I agree. Everything's gone up. Paper. I'm in paper industry. It's like we get paper increases all the time, and I have to put those to my customers. I'm like, I understand how this works. It's like, and it's a couple of cents here and there. I totally get it, and I appreciate this letter. I as a company send this letter out to many people and say, hey, just to let you know, paper's going up. I just sent a shitload on March 14th, 2022. I know the dates. It's like, so I send these letters out. I need this letter now for my friggin' $5 comics.
And
how come
addressed it to boys and girls. So.
Exactly. Oh, that is, yes, true. Yes. But Tom McFarlane is $2.99. Why is he still $2.99? For all 4 Spawn comics are $2.99. Mm-hmm. Why is Marvel and DC $3 or $4.99 and Spawn isn't?
Good point.
And actually, Spawn quality has cardstock covers and better quality paper than Marvel and DC.
Well, Todd's got money.
Hey, and this could be a reason.
He doesn't care.
This could be a reason.
Yeah, and he makes money off of action figures, even though he messes them up a lot of time.
Yeah, well, not as bad as our friends at NECA who.
Oh well, no, yeah. I mean, Sure.
If you get a NECA figure that doesn't break apart, buy a lotto ticket. That's
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
It'll just shatter in your hand. Yeah.
Indeed.
I remember could not be reached. Who comes on a lot.
Yeah.
He's messaging me. He's like, "Did your Flash Gordon? Were your knees or were your joints messed up on your Flash Gordon?" I'm like, "I don't even open NECA stuff." I'm like, "Did you open it?" I'm like, "That was a fail." It's like I
I've
literally
opened that
it.
one.
Did you open it? Okay, how's
It's
your
okay. Mine's good, but that doesn't mean anything because I don't get too many NECAs. Michael did a retro blasting. That's a great video up about them. So, yeah.
I watched that video about 7 times because I was laughing. First I was laughing so much, then I started to cry at how bad the toy industry is. I was like,
Yeah.
this video was really funny, but now it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was funny at first, but I'm like, this is actually quite sad that we're in this state. Anyways, all right, Sean, you want to take the lead on this one? I put you to the top.
So Adventure Comics was 293. The cover has the Legion being dicks to Superboy. What else is new?
What?
Yes.
They're all trying to destroy him with kryptonite rings. They look like Green Lanterns.
Look like Green Lantern rings. By the way, Jerry Siegel, Kurt Swan, and George Klein on the creative work.
I was going to say, yeah, Jerry Siegel, Kurt Swan, yeah, George Klein.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm reading it off the website, so you know better, but yeah.
Gotcha. No. Well, it's not on the credit box. They didn't have credit boxes.
No, yeah. So the splash page has the Legion of Super Pets, which is their first appearance as a team here.
And the first appearance for Comet.
For Comet, yeah, they don't name them.
Yeah.
I don't think they named Beppo either, but Beppo the
it's
Super
just
Monkey.
Super Horse and Super Monkey.
Yeah. Streaky the Super Cat, and Crypto in his own movie just recently. So yeah.
Which I saw in the theater with my niece and nephew. They loved it.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. It looks okay.
Watch it. Well, it's got the Superman theme. When Superman shows up, they play the real Superman theme. So I'm like,
this cartoon, part of it.
Yeah, this cartoon.
I have the Superman and Crypto figures. They're awesome because you can make Superman punch. Like it's pretty cool.
They're neat.
So Superboy's in trouble here. Only the Legion of Super Pets can save them. This is fairly accurate to the whole thing. So this page is basically Americana. It's just stuff. Just like, he's helping his father out by throwing boxes with the label side out, onto the shelf. Lana Lang tries to buy stuff, and then Superboy discovers that she's missing an item from her list, and she's like, "Oh, how do you know that?" Right? Might be Superboy.
Because he's
and
an
that
eavesdropper.
never figures into anything. So
he literally, yet again, he scans everything with this.
I know. He X-ray visions everything, so he's had a couple peaks, man, more than a couple. So
for sure.
He's only on Kryptonian.
So he goes home to his blinking lamp thing, and they reiterate what it's for. This time they're saying it's the president, Pentagon, or Police Chief Parker of Smallville. So the Smallville Chief of Police and the president and the Pentagon are all the same. All the same priority,
I agree. That's right. And he's got the Sanctum mini statue here.
So there's a plane about to crash. So Superboy goes through his super cave out the other end to try and rescue this plane, and Crypto's coming as well, just to monitor things. And all of a sudden, Superboy goes crazy, and he tries to destroy this plane. And he's like, instead of saving the plane, I'll wreck it. Ha 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 ha! The propeller's shattering in my invulnerable hand.
This is awesome.
He's reveling in it, right? So Crypto has to spring into action here, and he uses his tail. It's so awesome. He uses his tail to shear off the top of a barn.
I love it.
So somehow, because planes when they crash into things, they're going, horizontally, right? But somehow it just goes into this hay, and everyone's okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then Superboy is coming to, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know why the hell that happened, but okay." And he looks at Crypto, and Crypto's kind of side eyeing him a bit, and he's like, "Don't look at me with your cold nose and everything." So then he picks him up by the tail and tries to fling him around into space.
This is awesome. This animal abuse.
Oh my god.
That's
Crypto
horrible.
was not harmed during the production of this comment.
He thinks to himself, choke. But my master wants to kill me.
Yeah.
A problematic first appearance of
Choke?
comment.
I don't
Yes.
want to live, if he feels
I
this
don't wanna
way,
live.
right? So
Wow.
that's
Well, that was
awful, man.
extreme
He's like
stuff.
contemplating life and death. So
And you seen that pose like a million times used of the woman him hugging crypto. I've seen it like extrapolated and used for different types of stuff like shirts. I mean, all kind of cool
Yeah.
stuff. Like who knows? It was such a tragic. I'm glad he doesn't hate me anymore.
yeah. That's a
Get
nice
out the
drawing,
woodwork.
actually. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
that on a shirt or something. But
Yeah, I love it. I have a
um,
Superman one similar to that with a Superman in crypto holding,
oh,
hugging
cool.
him.
Cool.
It's Kurt
Yeah.
Schaffenberger.
So he goes back home and he realizes he has a problem, and he's like, he's telling him the whole thing. He's like, I almost murdered people and stuff, and so they're like, they're thinking irrationally. They're like, well, could it be red kryptonite? We don't know. He's like, maybe he's the victim of some delayed reaction caused by some unknown force he met on another planet. Like, it's possible too. It's a Superman comic, so whatever. Um, so later on, the same like light, the same lamp has a different mode. So you can it can communicate to you in Morse code if it's the Legion, right? So
Right.
the Legion's trying to Morse code them and saying like we're around, come on over. So Superboy goes and they have this like big mirror and it's like, oh, and they're like, Superboy, we need your help just identifying Kryptonian villains, right? It's like our records or whatever. We've established that in the past. So he's like, sure. So we see Zack Sir.
This is
These
so
are all
cool.
classic villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zack Sir is there with some other dudes, and he goes through his backstory and everything. And then there's Jor-El, and that's the real Jor-El, not the glam rock Jor-El, but we
Right.
love both, right? And then he sees Mon-El. Mon-El's like, hey, he's like,
Hey, everything's great, Superboy. Remember you left me here?
remember you're gonna cure me when you're Superman because you're an ass. So yeah, he's like, oh, hey, there he is. I'm gonna cure him one day, whatever. And it looks like they're gonna go through, and then Superboy realizes they're really trying to like free these villains. So he smashes the thing instantly. And this is when they whip out their kryptonite rings and try to kill him. And they're really late. They've got him down on the ground, and Superboy is turning green. So he issues forth a quick whistle, which alerts his super robots. So the cavalry's coming, right? This is awesome. So you think like, oh crap, like 4 super robots is gonna be awesome, right? And of course, like Cosmic Boy destroys them in 1 second.
Destroys them, man. This is awesome. Cosmic Boy is basically Magneto.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like you can't like Cosmic Boy can just like, I mean, he's crazy. Like Saturn Girl would have to like mind control him, but like other than that, like what are you gonna do? Like Cosmic Boy can like
Lightning
own
Rod's
everybody.
just standing there, like he could have done something, but he's like, you know what? Cosmic Boy has this, right?
Oh yeah. They're like, yeah, I mean he's got this.
Yeah. So out of nowhere pop out these wonderful 1960s like sci-fi alien villains. Like
I love it.
it's awesome, man.
Love it.
So they come from like Rambat or whatever. I thought of a Ratbat from Transformers, but anyway. But so yeah, they come from there. They used to have bodies and stuff. They said screw bodies, that's for chumps. We'll just be brains, right? And they want to like take over stuff. They want to take over the Earth, but the problem is Superboy. He's super powerful. Whatever they want to take him down, right? And they've been like manipulating the Legion and stuff. They summoned the Legion from the future to come back and do this, like very elaborate plan, And so they're telling Superboy their whole thing. And at one point, I think like Saturn Girl is like, they must be confident because they're telling him their whole plan, right?
Yeah, and someone says that here. They're like, it's like, whoa, they're so confident that they got Superboy that they're just saying everything.
Yeah, it's just and for the benefit of the reader too, but whatever.
Yes.
So they're informing Superboy. They force the Legion to trick him and everything. And yeah. So, anyways, Crypto comes to the rescue, and they can't do anything with Crypto because he's an animal, and he's using his powers against them and stuff. Um, so Saturn Girl comes up with an idea. She goes into their bubble, and she's like, "Let's summon all the other super animals from around time to try and like team up with Crypto." So first to get Streaky the Super Cat, and I don't know, can I see this? For some reason in the reprint, Streaky is a lot redder than Streaky is in the first page for some reason.
Looks more orange.
Yeah. But anyways, they get Streaky from the Midvale orphanage. Because Streaky is Supergirl's cat, right?
Yep.
And then they go into space somewhere where like Beppo's dancing with another alien or something.
Yeah, it's so random.
But they call him Super Monkey or something, right?
Is this the first Super Monkey?
No, not
No.
It's not his first appearance. Only Comet.
Okay. Only comment.
But he apparently hitched a ride with Super Baby. I guess that's his origin.
Yeah.
Like on the rocket ship. So that wasn't in a movie, but whatever.
Yeah.
So and then he likes Saturn Girl because Saturn Girl is like explaining everything to him.
Well, who does?
Now this is the first appearance of Comet. I don't think they call Comet.
They just call him Super Horse.
They call him Super Horse.
I think just Super Horse, but maybe
and
not.
is that harness? Does that harness stay? I don't remember that later.
I don't think so, but
I love this.
It's a cool harness. Yeah,
I love this harness.
Yeah, it looks like a action figure playset thing. That you put around like Ballcat or something.
Yeah, I agree.
So they bring them all, and then Saturn Girl's like, Super Pets, I order you to attack the evil brain globes, right? So then they all spring to action. Yeah. And then Lightning Lad, I think, is riding Crypto, which is animal abuse. And Saturn Girl is riding like a Comet. And they show a panel each of each animal fighting these guys. It's awesome. They show like Crypto has a couple panels here where he's like just like speeding them up or rolling on them. Streaky is using his or her whatever Streaky is like eye lasers. You see Comet just headbutting a dude. That's awesome.
This is the best, man. Just smashes.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's good classic Superman stuff.
Yes.
So anyways,
shouldn't Saturn Girl be on Crypto? Like, I feel like, I mean, I guess they could take any amount of weight, but it just feels weird.
Yeah, it looks weird. I mean, because I'm always conscious of my dog. Like, I don't want to put anything on his back because, like, they're not horses; they're dogs, right?
They're dogs,
you can really injure them. But anyway.
Come on, Lightning Lad, can't you fly with your jetpack? You lazy
gosh.
butt.
Yeah, like Cosmic Boy is fine, with his jetpack. So anyways, Streaky is all like, I guess Streaky at this point has not met Superman. I guess has
right.
or
no, has not, because he's Supergirl. So Supergirl shows up later, right?
Right.
Yeah. And she shows up when Clark is full grown. So and then the cat is after that. So yeah, Superboy doesn't know. Does he know Comet? I don't even know if he knows.
Oh,
he doesn't know. No, I don't think he knows anybody.
No,
yeah, he doesn't. He only knows Crypto. That's it.
Yeah,
at least at this point, anyway.
Yeah, because he's all like, I like Superboy. So, anyways, Saturn Girl was like, we officially name you the Legion of Super Pets, an animal branch of our super club. So this is the first appearance. This is actually a great first appearance. All the characters, they all do their own thing. It's cool. And they're all like, one honor and G and all that. So then they whisk them away back to their different time periods and stuff. And Superboy comes to and doesn't know what the hell just happened. And he's like, the brain globes are defeated. How'd you do it? And Saturn Girl's all like, I can't tell you. And then she's like, oh, otherwise Superboy would learn about superheroes being Supergirl's pet and all superheroes being Supergirl's pet and all that stuff. I don't know why that's taboo, but like the Legion of Superheroes isn't. It's like, and all the advanced technology of the future. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, what is he going to do with the knowledge of knowing about a cat?
Or like Supergirl or anything.
Right? It's like,
yeah,
it's
who
like,
cares? Like then you're on the lookout, and you could probably save her quicker or something. So anyways, Crypto's like, I'm not needed anymore, man. I'm taking off. Just
yeah,
like
I'll take off, eh? Take off.
No,
Take off, eh?
Who's that?
Did you know that Crypto was? Have you seen Strange Brew, Clobby? Because
yes,
we've got the flying dog. We've got Hoser. He flies. And,
yes, yeah.
There you go.
I saw that when I was 7. I laughed so hard when that happened, man. And then when the cape comes off, he's like, "Ooh!" Like, that's awesome.
That was
They must have been crypto fans.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's like, great guns. My telescopic vision reveals the celestial positions of the stars are slightly differently aligned than they should be. So what they were trying to do was move the Earth, which is like it would drastically alter the weather. But hey, so Superboy flies into space.
Sean, how would Superboy solve this problem?
In a very Superboy way. So Superboy flies into space and like blows on the Earth. And the Earth goes back to its positioning. And then his biggest concern is that now calendars and clocks won't be incorrect.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm so happy. I was relieved by that, because you
like, so my clock is accurate
for your calendar and your clock to be out. Just sucks.
Yep.
Around the world, people adjust their watch because they feel the time is wrong.
Thanks, Superboy.
Well done, Superboy.
So Saturn Girl's like, yeah, well done, Superboy. Now I must rejoin my comrades in the future. I'm sorry the brain globes forced the superheroes to act like traitors. He's like, yeah, well, that happens every week with you guys, but sure.
Yeah.
Like, God, better technology. Yeah. I'm like, you're supposed to be this mind woman. Like, how did they engage your mind?
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's vanishing into the time barrier with her vehicle. Will I ever know how the superheroes defeated the brain globes? Anyway, so he goes back to his parents here. And you can learn how the brain globes were vanquished, son, by traveling into the past or by overtaking light rays from the Earth and space. He's like, true, but I won't. There must be a very good reason. No reason at all. It's just a narrative thing, but sure. And then that's that. This is another great story, man.
This is great.
This is like awesome.
Nice job. Sequel of science fiction. So yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, love the art by Kurt Swan and George Klein.
Yeah. Yeah, and those
Fun
brain
stuff.
things are could totally be made back then. That's not how aliens are visualized anymore. But they look like something out of like a paperback novel or like a crazy movie poster or something like that.
Or Lost in Space or Star Trek. Because
I
don't know, the gamesters of Triskelion, whoever wrote that episode. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So issue 241 of Superman, I think it's Superman 241, has those brains in those glass pyramids. I did a thing where I was experimenting. I didn't do it on live stream. I really wanted to, where I was talking to somebody about on Facebook or something. I said, you know what? You can go to a random like pre-crisis Superman story. Just pick any damn comic and it's going to be somewhat fun. And I literally went to this Read Comics or whatever, and I clicked Superman, and then I just like scrolled it, like not looking, scroll.
Yeah,
stop,
I do that sometimes. Yeah.
Clicked one, and I was like, this was awesome. It was like a Superman. It was like, I'm like, and I said, I would literally put this in the movie. I would start a movie with this. Like, I want to start a movie where he's in space helping weird aliens, not just like someone painted green, like a weird alien thingy brain thingy. And that comes to play later. He goes back home to Earth and then fights whatever villain you pick, Parasite or something. And then somehow what he did in the beginning ties into that. I like the James Bond idea where there's like he ties up a loose end. The first 15 minutes is something, and then it's the credits, and then it's the movie. I think that would work well with Superman, and really do that first 15 minutes as like a science fiction crazy idea, because I want people to be excited when they see Superman, like, oh, anything can happen. Right. Not just like, I'm always stuck on Earth, I'm writing a story. Ooh, what story are you working on, Lois? It's like, guys, it's Superman. Surely you can do something more exciting.
Yeah.
Like more exciting. Like,
yes, sir.
I'm tired of, I'm working on a story. I don't care. I don't care about the story. It's not that exciting as brain bubbles attacking the Legion of Superheroes and controlling them to fight the super pets or whatever. Like, I can tell you it's not as neat as that.
Yeah,
absolutely, dude. Oh, so much so, man. Thank you.
Woo,
all right. On that one. Oh man.
Let's look at, while we're all together, before we close out, let's just look at what the next one is, because we all have conflicting paperwork, right? So let me look at mine. So Legion. Let me see.
I can tell you what they are if you want.
Yeah, let me see what I have. So let me highlight these. We just did 89 and 290. I'm just highlighting them as we do them. Okay. My next one is Action 287. Is that what yours next?
That's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you agree. Okay, so good. And then Superman 152 is my next one. Is that what everyone else has?
Oh, wow. No.
Let's see. Yeah.
Clobby, what, or Sean, what's
again? I
put them down. Action 289.
I actually made an average. I've got Superman 152 and Action 287. Is that wrong?
Oh, wow.
That is what I have.
Well, we'll just do your thing then. Yeah.
Well, what do you have, Sean?
I've got Action 287, and then I've got Action 289.
Well,
do you think we could do 3 again?
Okay, here where I am. We can, sure. I mean, all right, here's where what was the one we just did? We did all right, I'm on the disammunition, the DC database right now. This is this is Adventure 293, right?
Yep.
Okay, if you scroll down on there, it always tells you they put something in there like about the Legion. Let me find it. Where are you? Where it says where is it? Okay. The Legion of Superheroes appeared last in Adventure Comics 290, which we all know, right? It says they next appear in Superman number 152.
Okay.
And so I click on that, it links you to it. The Robot and Master. They're not on either one of the covers, by the way.
Right.
So you know. And then if you scroll down there and you read in their Legion are definitely mentioned in the synopsis and mentioned as appearing as supporting characters in the story. Then when you go down to the going down to it again later, it says the Legion of Superheroes last appeared in Adventure Comics 293. They next appear in Action Comics 287.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's the way I've been following it. I look at that spreadsheet thingy also. Sometimes it gives you stuff that is, I mean, there, like, for example, between those two, there are two that it mentions that I checked. I went and checked them, and they're cameos where they just appeared for pictures of them appeared for a second.
Right. Fandom Outsider's saying that as well. So we're going to skip those because we've already got enough.
Right.
So why don't we do, okay, I think we could do 3. And the way we did it, like I'll do one, each of us takes one and kind of goes through it.
All right.
So I've got 287, 152, and 289.
Okay.
Is that, how's that? So Superman 152, Action 287, and 289.
Well, 287 comes before Superman. I mean, Action comes before Superman, right? I got him backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, Action's before. I'm just saying to make
289. You want to do 289 also?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So 87, 89, and 152. Those are the 3. In the proper order, we'll do them. Yeah. But so let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, 289 Action.
Adam outside is saying don't skip 199 because the 149 because the story is awesome. Well, I'm going to read the story anyway, so that's not an issue.
Right.
I'm just saying for us to talk about it. Like,
cool.
So those are the next 3 we will do. And is that going to be next Monday? Let me see. Oh, it is next Monday, right? Yeah, next Monday.
Yep. I'm going to run out, my friends. I got to get some things to get ready.
Yep.
But I appreciate you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
All right, Clobby. Well,
And
everyone
always
knows who you are in this chat, so we'll see you in a bit on
All
your
right,
channel.
everybody. Thank you so much.
All right.
Sean, always a pleasure, brother.
Always
Thank you.
a pleasure,
Thank you,
man.
Jake.
All right,
Later, man.
See ya.
Okay, Sean. So that sounds good because 3 were okay. It was kind of down. It was just down to the wire because also Gary's going to be on, and there's a lot to prepare for.
Yeah, but that Monel thing was long. It was pretty long.
That Monel thing was long, but man,
Yeah.
that was great. I got to get that. I saw it slabbed on. I don't like slabbed, but I
Yeah.
don't mind if it's a really old comic, which you're never going to find a half decent appearance. Sometimes some of these, like I saw it slabbed for 150 Canadian, which is probably what it's going to cost unslabbed.
Yeah.
Like it's going to cost that anyways, right? That was
Yeah,
my
it seems
problem.
reasonable, yeah. And you can always
Right.
break it out if you want, right?
If I want to, but
Yeah.
they are nice for if you hang them.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've got those 3 lined up next. Now you've got on your book you had 87, 287, 289 as the next.
Yeah,
2.
I don't even have that Superman one, so
Maybe they're only in it for a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We can start doing 3 at a time because you know what? When there's these anthology books where you get multiple stories, they're not except for Superboy, which was 2. Technically, that was 2 full stories.
Right.
Like if you count the way that they normally do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monel was worth it. I agree, Phantom.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this will be good. Yeah, we could do 3 because I mean it was pretty fast, and we each go through one, and we did it. You know, with time to spare, pretty much. We got a couple of minutes, so I think we're good. What's going on your channel, Sean? I think you got. Oh well, let me look at the poll. So we had 12 votes. The question was thoughts on Monel. One of the best, really cool, just a copy of Superboy, or not my bag. 50% said one of the best, and 17% each said the others. So there you go. So what's going on your channel coming up, Sean?
Next week Saturday, like this upcoming Saturday, I'm gonna have Transformers Rebirth cut as a movie. It's about an hour long. So that's scheduled for 8 p.m. on Saturday night. And I had done Nine Desert Ninja on last night actually. And yeah, no, it was a fun time. Lots of great activity in the chat and everything. My favorite of his movies. I mean, it's wacky, but like whatever. And I hope to do more things with like old comics and stuff coming up. Hopefully I can squeeze in like a read through of the Return of the Jedi Marvel Super Special for the anniversary. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and everyone knows what's going on. I might read some Superboy tomorrow. Wednesday I'll be on Chris's channel in the beginning, and then I'll come back and do the wrestling with Steve. And then Thursday's the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So we'll get anybody on. I might make that open mic so anyone can come on and talk about Return of the Jedi. Not James Gunn. Often when I do open mics, sometimes they revert to current DC news, which we're not doing. I want to do Jedi. I actually like Return of the Jedi. I love Return of the Jedi. Really,
we love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
the age, like anyone like about 3 years older than us hates it, but like I don't know, man, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it is awesome. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, I guess that'll call it for now. I'll pop on and see what's going on with Gary. So I'll stay on there for a little bit. So I should see most of the people. I think I'll probably see most of you guys there. And then if not, I'll see you when I see you. I guess we got lots going on. So I'm almost doing something every day.
Yeah.
So whatever. All right, guys. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.